Hi, my name is Cassie. Welcome to In the Know. We are live on Wjzz Cool Tv, the coolest station in the world. We are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and other top social media networks. Like, follow, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV. My name is Cassie. I am your host. Kim is my co-host, but she is off today. Kim is a little under the weather. Feel better, Kim. Today we are joined by Sonya. Sonya was a victim of a violent crime in 2008, yes, and she is here to tell us her story. I want to thank you for coming today, Sonya.
Welcome anytime.
Thank you. And we're just going to talk about her circumstances, what happened, the resources that she found after, and just her journey, with the assault that she endured. So, Sonya, tell us how it went from 0 to 60.
Yes, I had a stalker, and so he had been in love with me ever since I was 14, and I didn't even know him when I was 14. So he was my guy I was dating, cousin friend.
Okay.
So years went by. I would say like maybe 1999.
Okay.
My sister introduced her. We was at a club named Elks in Pontiac.
Okay.
So she introduced us. So that was fine and dandy. So he ended up calling me, coming by my house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I've been spoiled all my life.
Okay.
So he was giving me gifts, flowers, money.
Okay.
So I was taking it.
Okay.
So one day I was on my way to the motorcycle club with a banker friend of mine, just a friend I had met. So all of a sudden, somebody rammed my car. So it was him.
Wow.
So I had to go real fast all the way to Pontiac Police Station. So they gave him felonious assault. So he got out 5 years later.
Okay.
So he got back in touch with me and said he was drinking. That's why he done all that.
Okay.
So I let the guy friend come back into my life.
Okay.
So I was working at the post office in Pontiac. So he would come over when I didn't know it, go in the backyard, clean up my dog poop. And so I'm like, well, I didn't ask you to do this. You don't have to come over here like this. So he was doing stuff just so stalkerish, and I wasn't going with him at all.
Okay.
So I told him, well, you can't be coming over here like that. And so, we just going to end the little friendship that we have.
Okay.
So he kept riding past. I used to live on the street, Elizabeth Lake. He would ride past the street all day, every day. When I get off work, he riding past all day, every day.
So you and the guy never had a relationship?
No, but, well, I guess it would call I was in it for the money.
Okay.
I mean, what would you call that? Yeah, that was me.
Okay. All right, I got
so
you.
I ended up getting a PPO out of him because he wouldn't leave me alone.
Okay.
So I got the PPO out.
So other than riding down your street and
cleaning up the dog poop.
Yeah, what else was he doing?
He was putting money in the mailbox after I told him to come over. So I did. You guys never take the money from nobody who's stalking you.
Okay.
Because it make it even worse.
Okay.
So I was taking his money, flowers, whatever he put in the mailbox or put in on my front porch, I would take it.
Okay.
So one day, this particular day, it was Swedish Day. It would have been Swedish Day the next day.
Okay.
So he was calling me, begging me to come over after I had the PPO on him. I said, no, you can't come over. So I left my front door open for my babysitters and them to come in because we was going to play cards till I got ready to leave to go with the guy I was going with at 1 o'clock in the morning, which he was coming on his lunch break.
Okay.
So I opened up the door. No, he walks in the door. I didn't open up the door. He walks in the door because I had it unlocked for my babysitter now.
Okay.
And it was him, so I already knew what to do from looking at TV about when people come towards you who are stalkers.
So when he came in, did he look like
Right.
unpleasant. He looked like he was about to do something.
Right. But I calmed him down.
Okay.
And I said, well, you can play. He wanted to play cards. Because
Okay.
we was always playing cards.
Okay.
Me and my babysitters and them Friday and Saturday. We
Okay.
always playing spades. So he said, well, can I stay? I said, well, yeah, you can stay. So I was just waiting on my babysitter boyfriend them to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew once he got there, Kalima came, but she wouldn't been nothing who could put him out.
Okay.
So when the babysitter's boyfriends came, it was two twins I had babysitting for me, Kalima and Kiki.
Okay.
So they went with Keon and one of the Smith boys I grew up with, son.
Okay.
So they ended up coming. So when they came, so he said, please let me play cards, please. I said, okay, I'm going to let you play a couple hands, then you have to go.
Okay.
So we played a couple hands. So I had went to the bathroom a couple times because I had been drinking wine. So I didn't know that they had gave him some 1800.
Okay.
So when I came back, so I'm sitting there playing cards. So I said, well, it's time for you to go. He said, I'm not going anywhere. And I said, you can go the easy way or you can go the hard way.
Okay.
So by this time,
and what
we
that
got
meant?
up.
What that meant?
That mean don't let me go upstairs. But I never did make it.
Okay.
So they said he ended up smacking me.
So you don't remember much?
I don't remember nothing. They told me what happened.
Okay.
After that, I remember me telling him he can go the easy way or the hard way. So they said he ended up smacking me, right? So when he smacked me, I hit him back.
Okay.
And so Jeff ended up grabbing me, and the other guy grabbed Kenny.
Okay.
Okay. So he sat me on the couch. So the way my house was made, it was like a picture window. You can look through the kitchen, through the living room. So as I'm sitting there in the living room, I see him coming towards me. I do remember that.
Okay.
He was coming towards me with one of my chef knives because I'm a cook.
Okay.
So it was a chef knife. So he went to stab me. So I ducked. The next thing I knew, Jeff grabbed me, took me to the back room where the patio door was at. And so he kicked the door in. He said, I just want to talk to her. I just want to talk to her. He told my babysitter boyfriend that. So Jeff walked out. As he walked out and Jeff turned around, he was stabbing me. This is what they told me. He was stabbing me. So he was stabbing me. So the next thing I knew, I woke up. They had me sedated. So they didn't think I was going to live. So my girlfriend, husband came. My pastor and them came. I had people speaking over tongue on me. God is good. I'm a blessing to be here, you guys. So, anyway, he stabbed me 8 times. He stabbed me in my arm twice. Once right here, once like right here, once over here, 2 times in my stomach, and back here by my kidneys.
Oh, wow.
So when the ambulance did come, they had to split me at POH. So they thought I was going to die.
Okay.
They can't believe that I even lived through what I did. I had to get a blood transfusion, everything.
How long was you, from the day of the incident to the time that you woke up, how long was you out?
I was out for 5 days.
Okay.
They had me sedated, heavy sedated.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So other than your babysitters, was there anybody else there with you?
My kids was there. Okay. They was upstairs in my bedroom, which was upstairs.
So your kids didn't witness it?
No, they didn't. But my son saw the after effect.
Yeah.
So he ended up picking up he heard my babysitter screaming, Sonya, don't die. Please don't die me. Keep your eyes open. Please don't die me. So he heard all that. So he was 9 at the time.
Okay.
So he came downstairs. So he saw the guy. He still remember. He tells me to today what happened. So he saw the guy going out my door. And so as the guy was going out my door, my son knew he had stabbed me from my babysitter. So he grabbed the knife, but my babysitter got it from him.
Okay.
So till today, my son is still going through emotional problems.
I can imagine.
Yes.
So, Sonya,
but
go ahead, honey.
The state should have never let him out. We had a hearing. I told them what he said he was going to do to me.
So he was threatening you
as well? He was already threatening me when he got out from that 5 years.
Okay.
He was already threatening me, telling me he was gonna do me like Mashika Robertson had got stabbed, which was my ex-husband cousin now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so the police had been over his house several times from him leaving stuff in the mailbox and, coming past my house.
Okay.
Yes.
So you and this guy had never really had like a relationship, intimate relationship, or what?
No, we did have sex. I can count them both, and maybe like 6 times, but it wasn't no relationship.
Okay.
It wasn't no relationship, to be honest. It was basically me getting his money, so you can call that what it was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I got you, babe. I got you. Okay, so you said your kids was there. So I know you said your son was going through something after that. So you went to the hospital. You were there for how long?
I was there for like a week and a half.
You stayed in the hospital for a week and a half?
Yes.
Okay, did the state come in and say anything about your children being in that type of,
Yes, they did.
So what happened? Tell us what happened with that.
My kids went to my daughter Mercedes' house, who was my babysitter anyway when I was at the post office working.
Okay.
So somebody was calling in on her saying that she wasn't capable of keeping my kids.
Okay.
So Protective Service had kept coming to her house, but they was letting the kids stay there.
Okay.
So when I got out the hospital, I went over there to get my purse. So I didn't know that I was supposed to call them to let them know I'm going over here to my daughter's house to get my purse, but I was in the car because I was still hurting.
Yeah.
So my daughter, Mercedes, brought my purse out to the car.
Okay.
So she brought it out to the car. And she went back, so I waved at the kids through her window where they was staying at, where she was staying at. So the next day, Protective Service came to the house, and the medication they had me on, I was so high.
Okay.
And for the pain that I was having. So they asked me when was the last time I saw my kids. I said yesterday when I went to go pick up my purse.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up taking my kids from my daughter.
Oh, wow.
But they said, but they lied, though. The Protective Service lady lied. She said she told my daughter when I got out the hospital to call her and inform her I wasn't supposed to see my kids. That never happened. That wasn't true. It came out after they took my kids that it was true.
Wow.
That she lied.
So your daughter, your adult daughter, she took your younger children?
Yes.
Was 1 or 2?
It was 2.
2 kids?
Yes.
Okay, so your adult daughter took your younger children. The state comes in, Protective Services, and they takes them away. Did they put the kids with family, or they put the kids
they wouldn't put the kids with family. They put the kids with a family out in Southfield.
A foster family?
Yes.
Okay.
So the lady ended up abusing my daughter. She socked my daughter in the stomach. So they ended up taking them from there, in Southfield. Wasn't supposed to take them out of Oakland County. Took them to Wayne County, where a guy had been sexually abused in the same house with my kids, and other stuff happened with my kids in that house that shouldn't happen.
Wow.
So the foster system is so tore up. They really need to get that together.
Okay.
Yes,
I've
it's
heard
messed
that
up.
option. I've heard that option.
Then they end up doing emergency motion after something happened with my kids, and then I got my kids back.
Okay.
Right.
I want to go back
so they paid my bills for 8 years.
Okay. I want to go back to the stabbing and the injury. Okay. So, the guy that stabbed you, what was the consequence for him stabbing you?
He ended up taking a car plea, 5 years.
He got 5 years for stabbing you 8 times.
He got 5 years. 5 years for stabbing me 8 times.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he took a car plea.
Okay. Wow. You are watching In the Know Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and other top social media networks. Please like, follow, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. So, he got 5 years for stabbing you 8 times.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about any long-term effects that, happen from the stabbings, mentally or physically.
Well, physically, it messed up my whole stomach. Like my inside, they had to take my insides out. I got a scar for life.
Okay.
Then somebody won't give me plastic surgery. But I got a scar for life, and my stomach is still feel like something's pulling in my stomach.
Okay.
Yes, but so I'm not the physical person I used to be.
Okay.
And so my kids, my daughter is pretty good because she didn't see it like my baby son did. The after effects, and so he's still going through it.
Okay.
So it's like I wouldn't say he's violent, but he's very mean.
Okay.
He's mean.
Wow.
He's mean. Yes.
So were there any mental for you? Do you have nightmares about this or?
You know what? God is so good. You know, I had been going to church all the time when that happened. Anyway, when I wasn't at work. So my kids got counseling. I didn't. I had my pastor.
Okay.
Which is Bishop Bridget Bar. I had them and his wife Erica. So I basically had them for me.
Okay.
You know, because I survived it. So God is good because the doctors and the police, the ambulance people said they never saw nobody lose that much blood.
Wow.
And live. Because I had to get a transfusion.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did have to get that.
Wow.
So they never saw it. So when I went to court, they just couldn't believe it that I was walking into the courtroom.
Wow. So walking into the courtroom, so you had to face him again. You had to testify, all that stuff. What was that like?
It was like I wanted what I told him. I'm not even gonna say right now, but I said I wanted to kill him, and God knows I still want to. It's like I don't know how he's walking the streets after 78 times. So if I would have died, then they would have gave him life.
Yeah.
But I didn't die, so he took a cop plea. It's all about the prosecutors making sure they get their case.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have been doing life.
Did he have to pay any restitution or anything?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got restitution from him?
I haven't saw it yet. But
okay.
They said he was supposed to pay it. I haven't saw it yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So did the state, considering you were a crime victim, did the state offer any type of assistance for you being a crime victim?
Yes.
Tell us about the assistance that you were offered.
Money, $8,000.
So they just gave you $8,000, or they just helped you with your bills, or they did everything?
The money is there. I haven't even went to go get it because I haven't really needed it.
Okay.
I haven't even got it. A lady just called me last year.
Okay.
About the money. So that's been since 2008.
Okay.
But the money is still there for me.
Available to you.
Yes,
you're a crime
exactly.
victim.
But they had something called wraparound from Oakland County courthouse.
Okay.
And so they like wrapped, it was different people, and they like wrapped around me and my kids. So they paid my bills for 8 years, from 2008 to 2018.
Really?
Yeah, 18.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
I was in Southfield in 12 Mile.
Okay.
Yeah, but they was in my house like every day.
Wow.
All day. Different people from different agencies to make sure me and my kids was right.
Okay. Well, I just want you guys to know that I did a research, and there's a national domestic violence hotline. That number is 1-800-779-7233. Again, we're here today with Sonia, who is a victim of a violent crime. Sonia, so this happened in 2008.
Yes.
You said the guy got 5 years.
Yes.
So 5 years are up. So apparently he's out.
Yes, the state did move me to Southfield. They moved me to Southfield.
Okay.
Yes.
So the guy got out, or before he got out, the state did some sort of like a witness protection where they
they just moved me from Pontiac.
Okay, because they know that's where he was being paroled at.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so when I moved back year before last, he stopped by my mom's house to try to talk to me. This summer I went to one of Pontiac parks, and he tried to talk to me. So I haven't been out to Oakland County to make sure the PPO is still in existence. It's supposed to be for lifetime. So I haven't been out there to make sure it still exists. But I told him, stay away. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me at all.
So have you seen him face to face?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. About 4 times. Every time it's like an event in Pontiac, and if I go to it, I end up seeing him. He'll always come up to me.
And just say what?
And
What-
just talking. Matter of fact, I seen him at Motor City one day.
Wow.
And he came up to me talking. And I'm like, is you crazy? You know?
Yeah.
So
How do you
he's
stab
still
somebody and just
right.
start walking
And
to
he's
him and
still
start talking?
in love with me. That's what the thing is. He's still in love with me.
Wow. That's something. That's
Yes,
something.
it is.
So, okay, so I'm going to go back to, you said that you and him was not in a relationship.
No, we wasn't.
So it was just kind of a favors type situation.
Right.
What would you, because we had a conversation prior to this.
Okay.
What would you tell people about favors or accepting stuff from people?
Do not do it. I don't care if it's a 5 carat or 10 carat. Do not accept gifts for somebody who you don't want and somebody who you know is a stalker.
Mm-hmm.
Do not take gifts. No.
Wow.
Be very careful who you choose to mess around with.
Okay.
Yes.
So, was there ever violence in this relationship before?
No.
He had never
hit me, never done anything. But he did run into my car. Remember I told you I was leaving the motorcycle club?
Okay.
And I was with the banker, so he ran into the car.
Okay.
And he done 5 years for that.
Oh.
So that was
okay.
a felonious assault.
Wow.
Right. So he done 5 years for that.
So,
And so then
prior to him stabbing you, he ran into your car.
no, before he stabbed me, he ran into my car like 6 years before that.
And he did 5 years for a felonious assault.
For two people.
And did 5 years for stabbing you 8 times.
Yes.
Wow. Do
Yes.
the math. Okay, that's something. Have you was this your first time experiencing a domestic violence type situation?
Well, especially with somebody you didn't go with. Yes.
Yeah.
But my ex-husband was very abusive. So I tried to stay with him because of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was pregnant with my oldest son, he's 27 right now.
Okay.
He beat me with weights because I had more money than him and that I wouldn't give him no money.
Okay.
Yes.
So out of jealousy.
Yes. He beat
wow.
me. Yes. With weights while I was pregnant. And if
wow.
my mother wouldn't came to the house to get me with a 38, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So he was very abusive.
Wow.
Yes.
That's something.
And so I stayed with him for 14 years trying to keep the family together.
Okay.
But the abuse, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, I know a lot of people stay together to try to keep their families together. I did some research also, and the information on the website on CDC, it said that men are also victims of abuse. They said 1 in 10 men have experienced some sort of physical violence or rape. Those numbers are even higher because guys usually don't report it. Guys usually don't report domestic violence. I just want to know, in general, what type of resources have you found available, for your situation? Have you checked out the resources that are available, considering that, this has happened to you multiple times? What type of resources are out there?
I had the wraparound. The
okay.
wraparound, they gave me everything I needed.
So,
I had it from domestic violence to different ones. I can't even remember everything right now.
Okay.
But it was like 6 different people coming to my house daily.
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Okay, so the wraparound.
Then I had Easter Seals.
Okay.
I had them.
And explain what Easter Seals is.
Easter Seals is a program to help you deal with situations like I had for me and my kids.
So like a counseling type
yes,
service for
exactly.
the entire. They help you with housing or just
right.
counseling?
They help you with everything. They help me with everything. The wraparound.
Okay.
They're from Oakland County.
Okay.
So that's what it's called, wraparound.
Okay.
But the state knew they messed up because they should never let them out in the first place. So they gave me the wraparound, which is Judge. What was the judge name? She the one ordered. I can't think of her name right now, but she the one ordered it because she had tears in her eyes after she found out everything what happened to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I said you the one signed the document.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yes. But the protective service lady left because she was going to get fired.
Wow.
Yes.
So, I'm just trying to, I mean, it's understand. I understand what you're saying. I don't understand how the dude slipped through the cracks, but I know a lot of things happen in this world.
Yes.
Have you told your story to anybody else, or has anybody? You just said the protective service lady got in trouble or whatever.
Yes.
But has anybody reached out to you and say, you know what, we were wrong. We
No, they
shouldn't have been
didn't.
out,
Only,
or
only the judge.
okay.
Only the judge about what happened to my kids, but nobody else. So we went to court to sue the state, but it never did happen.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So, for somebody that, what would you say to just a young woman that, just your daughter, or, a younger person? What would you say would be? I know you said don't take stuff, but what would you say? What type of advice would you give a younger person that, even an older person that might be experiencing this? What type of advice would you give a person on signs, or you know what I'm saying? Because surely there had to be some sort of signs, or
Yes,
something.
it was. It was a sign when he ran into my car. I should have never talked to him again.
Okay.
Yes, that was a sign.
Okay.
But if someone hit you, or if somebody say to death do us part, believe it. That's what they mean.
Wow.
If they say, like, if you looking at somebody and if they hit you, if they hit you once, they're gonna hit you again.
Okay.
So it's simple as that. If they hit you once, so walk away. If they hit you one time, walk away.
Okay.
'Cause they're gonna do it again.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's something. That is truly something. So you said there were witnesses at your home as well when this happened.
Yes.
So they were like right on scene from what it sounds like.
Yes.
Have you talked to them about any long-term type effects that it had on them? Because I know there had to have been something to witness,
Yeah, well, they was okay because when the guy walked out my door, my babysitter's boyfriends was waiting on him.
Okay.
They ended up bricking him to death, and then if the police wouldn't came, he would have been dead. But the police ended up jumping the islands. And matter of fact, the police beat him too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They beat him. Yes.
Wow.
So he was in one room around the corner, and I was in the other room where he had stabbed me.
Oh.
Because they had already told him, do not come over my house no more.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay, so after he stabbed you, there was some retaliation.
Yes,
from,
it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I know this has been a journey. You and I, we've known each other for a while now.
Yes.
And so I just want to ask, what are you doing now after all of this? After all of this, this is some heavy stuff. What are you doing now? Just tell us what you're doing now, Sonya?
Well, I'm working. I'm a cook.
Okay.
So I work at a restaurant in Bloomfield.
Okay.
So, and I'm just taking care of me. My son just turned 18. So
Okay.
that's it. Just be at home, go ballroom dancing sometime.
Okay.
But I try to stay away from men's when I see that they have a little like anger problem.
Uh-huh.
I run away from them.
Okay.
Quick.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have issues that they never did get correct
Resolved
as a kid.
Yeah.
So they grow right into it. They take it to them till the day they die.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, Sonya, I think we got a caller. Let me see. Yes, we do. We actually have my co-host Kim on the phone. Kim, you're on the speaker. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Kim? I'm sorry, Kim call didn't go through. Okay, I'm sure she'll call right back. Okay, so yeah, Sonya. So what was I gonna say? With that being said, so your children now. You said you just had a son graduate.
Yes.
So you said your son that witnessed it, he seems kind of violent.
Yes.
So have your
He's
children?
very mean.
Okay, even the children that were not in the home, just to know that their mom was almost well, she was stabbed and, almost didn't make it. That got to be something emotional, for them. So have you talked to your children about any, effects that it's having on them emotionally? Because I'm sure it affects
Yes,
them.
well, they very overprotective about me and who I talk to. Yes.
Okay.
They want to go scream and see what they doing, what's their name, where they live at,
Uh-huh.
all that.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter
Okay.
Mercedes especially.
Oh, really? Is she the
Yes.
oldest?
Yes, she's the second oldest.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we have Kim on the line, audience. Kim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What's your question for Sonya?
Okay, Sonya, I wanted to know through all of the all of the trouble and strife and all that kind of shit. Like, where did you get your strength from?
I got it from God. I would read my Psalms all the time. And like I said, I was going to church all the time when I got stabbed. I had been going, like, when I wasn't at work, I was at the revival. So, and I was reading my Bible, like, every day. So, I got my strength from God.
So prayer works.
Yes,
Prayer
it does.
works.
Yes. Because I was more about my kids than myself. I was more focused on my kids, making sure they was okay.
Okay.
And not me, but I was praying though. I was praying and reading my Bible. So that's what helped me through it all.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm finna read mine now, baby.
Okay.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
All right, then.
Okay. Good talking to you, Kim. Feel better.
Okay.
All righty. Okay, Sonya. So, yeah, you definitely endured a lot.
Yes. I did.
I know like I was just saying, your kids. Have you just talked to them? Hey, how did this affect you? Kim called in when I asked that question, but have you had that conversation with them?
Well, I did with my two youngest.
Oh, you said they're
ones.
very protective. They're very
Right,
protective.
yeah, but my two youngest ones I did, but like my baby girl Aries, she went right through it. She done the counseling.
Okay.
But she didn't have no problem.
Okay.
She was good with it.
Okay.
Very strong with it, because she know her mama's strong too.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
but they good.
Okay, well that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay. So again, you are watching In the Know live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and other top social media platforms. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And comment. You are watching WJZZ. You are watching In the Know on WJZZ Cool TV, coolest station in the world. I do believe we have another caller. Caller?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, caller. How are you today?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I am well. Thanks for asking. What is your question for Sonya today?
My question to her is, if you would do anything differently, what would you do?
I would have never took the gifts. When he ran into my car the first time, I would have never talked to him again.
Okay. Okay.
And when you see someone that's study calling you every day, coming over your house every day, giving you gifts and gifts and gifts, be careful.
Okay.
Be very careful.
Okay. Caller, do you have any more questions?
Yes. Do you think that if you would have had like some type of means to protect yourself, like a gun license or something, that
All right now.
Right. I did have a gun upstairs, but I wasn't able to get to it.
Okay. Okay.
So you ain't always have to have license.
Okay, caller. Do you have any more questions for Sonya today?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, Sonya. So, where are we going to go from here? So, you had this situation. You had a couple of situations with domestic violence.
Yes.
How have you overcome that when it comes to having other relationships now? I know you said you don't date guys, you know, with certain.
Once I see.
Yes. So you still.
Once I see any kind of little threaten or trying to tell me what to do and how to do it, what to wear, I back up.
Okay.
I get away from them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So with your husband, I know that you mentioned your husband. You had some issues with your husband in the past as well.
Yes.
As far as
14 years.
You were married to him for 14 years.
Yes.
Okay, so when you were with him, you said it was domestic violence.
Yes.
Was there any counseling at that point?
He didn't want to go to counseling.
What about for yourself?
But I did.
Okay.
I went to, they had a place down in Pontiac where it's the mission.
Okay.
So I went down there, and they had, like, counselors down there for the domestic.
Okay.
Yes. So I got it down there, one-on-one with a lady.
Okay.
Yes.
So were you ever like forced out of your home, where you had to go into a shelter, a domestic violence type shelter, or any type of that, any type of situation like that?
Yeah, I had to go in hiding. Yes, I did, with my ex-husband.
Okay.
Yes, but I got out and went right back to him.
Wow.
Yes, went right back to him. Sure did.
Really?
Yes, really.
So after you mentioned he when you were pregnant, you had an altercation and he literally hit you with a weight.
Weights with an S.
Oh,
weights,
wow.
Weights.
Multiple weights.
Yes. Yes.
The kind that like go on the bar or
yes,
dumbbells.
The kind go on the bar. The kind the large ones.
Okay.
The large one. It was about that wide.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, well, I hope this isn't insensitive, but why the hell did you go back to him after he beat you with the weights?
Trying to stay with him with the kids. Trying to raise so he can raise his kids, because my mother and father, I was raised with my mother and father.
I got you.
So I was trying to, just keep the family together.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Okay, so you were used to having a family unity.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add? That I might not have mentioned at this time. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'd just like to say, drinking and being in a relationship is not good, because I was drinking a lot too when I was with my ex-husband.
Okay.
So if I really wasn't drinking, I would have really saw the light.
Okay.
Been with him so much, so I can say I had an addiction.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we discussed that a little bit, and we said we was going to kind of say that. But
right.
Since you opened up the door, boo.
Right, no problem.
Since you opened up the door.
Right.
Okay, so when you say you had an addiction and that affected the way you made your decisions, basically.
Exactly. Yes,
tell us a little bit about that. Tell us how you were, or what was going on in your life at the time.
Well, I was smoking crack. Me and my ex-husband was smoking crack. And,
okay.
And so it was a whole different world.
Okay.
And so when he didn't have it, he wanted to fight me because I had it.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's basically was a lot of times when he would fight me.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So then when I got clean, I got clean, and maybe I was clean for maybe 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me in his uncle's basement, tied me up in his uncle's basement.
Uh-huh.
He was so spooked of crack cocaine that he said that I was bringing somebody in the house to kill him.
Okay.
That's how spooked he was. So he put it, while he had me tied up in the basement, he put the stem up to my mouth and made me smoke. And then after I was clean for them 8 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but if it's
really,
if his uncle wouldn't came, I believe that man would have killed me that night. And we broke up maybe a year and a half later.
Okay.
I was so done.
So how long have you and him, and how long have you been away from him?
Since 2005.
Okay.
And then when he comes see my son now, he's still trying to do that bossy stuff. I'm like, who you talking to? You better go by.
Uh-huh.
Go. If you come back over here, I'm calling the police.
Uh-huh.
Seriously. That's what I told him. Yeah.
Wow.
So he still try to be controlling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Till today. Yes. He's still that way.
Wow. So how long has it been? How long have you been clean? This, now.
I've been clean 18 and a half years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You've been clean 18 and a half years?
Yes.
Look
Yes.
at you, girl.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. So tell us about that journey of getting clean. Did you go into a facility? Did you just say, I ain't doing this no more? How did you do it?
Yes, I just went cold turkey. I prayed to God to take the taste out my mouth because I have to live for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't have nobody but me.
Okay.
He was in and out of penitentiary. And I wanted to be clean before my mother left this earth.
Okay.
And my father.
Okay.
So when I got clean, my father ended up dying like 2 years later, maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so.
Okay.
Yes, God is good.
Yes, He is.
Yes.
You mentioned your mother. I know she got to be real proud of you, as well as your family.
Yes.
So, are there any, do you sometimes find yourself, feeling like you just want to, because I know sometimes you still have situations, and I know that was a serious, powerful drug. Do you sometimes feel like you just like, what you call it, back?
No,
I don't feel like you want to ever.
I don't feel like it at all.
Okay, do you go to meetings and stuff like that?
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't go. I have went to them. But I know they say 90 days. So I done my little 90 days.
So they say after 90 days.
Yeah, I'm fine. They say you have to continue to go.
Okay.
That's for some people who's not strong. I know I'm a strong person.
Okay.
So it could be right here, right now, and I won't pick up.
Wow.
Yeah, I done seen it a million times. You know, since I've been clean as nothing.
Okay, and 18, you said 18 and a half years.
Yes.
Wow. If you could say anything to the guy that stabbed you, or even your husband at this time, the husband that you had, what would you say to either of them, Sonya?
They need counseling. They need counseling for a long time, or jump in a lake. I don't believe neither one of them know how to swim.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I'm still going back on the fact that the guy that the guy that you're talking about, the guy that stabbed you, he had never touched you before then. It amazes me how a person can go from just 0 to 60 like that.
But he can't handle a beer. They gave him $1,800 and I went to the bathroom. My babysitting him, so he can't even handle a little beer.
Okay.
So I think in his mind, he thought I was messing around with these young kids. That's the way I feel deep in my heart and in my gut feeling. It never tells me wrong. So that's what he was thinking. So he mentally challenged.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what the liquor had him thinking.
Wow.
Yes.
That's something.
Yes.
So, I know you said you were stabbed 8 times. I know you said that you had issues, with just you saying physical stuff. You said you have a scar.
Stomach. Yes.
Okay, but are there any internal things that you said you weren't quick as you used to be?
Right.
But are there did he do something that messed you up physically that you can't?
Yes, like my stomach. So they end up putting I have like a mash in here.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's like it seems like I can't get my stomach down.
Okay.
The way I want it.
Okay.
Yes. So,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it hurts.
Wow. Again, we are talking to Sonya. She was a victim of a domestic violence crime. I just want to give you the number to the National Domestic Violence Hotline again. That number is 1-855-484-2846. If you are experiencing any type of domestic violence or crimes against male or female, this is a hotline that's for everybody. It's not just for women. It's not just for women. Let's talk about the protective service issue again. we talked about that a little bit more in detail in the car.
Okay.
I know that you said the children were taken away from you. They were taken away from your daughter. They were put into foster care. And you did say the foster care system you thought was not up to par. Tell us just a little bit more about the challenges that you went through with the foster care system. I know that you were left out of the loop. It seemed like to me, instead of being a crime victim, you were they treated you like a defendant. Okay?
Exactly.
They treated
Yes,
you like a
they
defendant.
Did. Yes,
so
they did.
Tell us a little bit more about, how they just totally, how they did you. Because it's like, you're the victim. Why would you? I understand that the kids were in the house, but the kids were placed with your daughter.
Right.
Which was a safe environment,
Exactly.
away from that particular situation.
Right.
I don't understand how were you treated as a defendant, like you did something.
Right. Well, if you do the research on it, you'll see where they take so many of the black kids out the home.
Okay.
And other Mexican,
Okay, black and brown.
They so quick. I'm not racist, but they so quick to give a white family to their family. But
Okay.
With the black kids, they put them in foster care. So much stuff happened in foster care, you wouldn't believe it. And a lady who works for the foster care, they end up firing her because she told me some stuff 3 years ago about stuff that
the
happened.
system.
Yes, about the system, and I called them about it.
Okay.
And so, yes, the foster, they need to just redo the whole thing.
They need to revamp the foster care system.
Yes, they do. Yes,
wow.
they do. And protective service. But some protective service ladies are good. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are good. But this particular one, she was just ready to take my kids.
Had you had any run-ins with her before?
Never.
Okay.
Never. But I have had run-in protective service. People, my ex-man girlfriend, my ex-husband.
Okay.
One of his ex-girlfriends had called. One of particular people who didn't like me, they called before, but everything was always right.
Okay.
When they came in,
when they came out,
everything was right.
So tell me
they
how
knew they was lying.
Tell me how that goes. So they get a complaint.
Yes.
They come to your house and they do what? Okay, just act like I'm knocking on the door. Knock, knock.
Okay, they come in. They make sure you have food. They make sure.
So they go in your
Water.
refrigerator.
Yes. They make sure the kids have beds.
Okay, wait a minute. So they come in your house. They open your refrigerator.
Yes. They make sure you have food.
They cut your water on.
Make sure you have hot water.
And what else do they do when they come?
They make sure the kids have beds, clothing.
Okay.
Yes.
And then they just leave. They basically come.
Yeah, they come see to make sure is everything right. Because a lot of people who came to my house before this even happened, they say, I don't know why these people keep calling on you.
Okay.
Sometimes they would just come in the kitchen and then go right back out the door. They ain't even look. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's how many times people was calling on me. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's too bad. I'm sure that affect the kids. But yeah, I've heard a lot about the protective service system, and like you just said, sometimes they come in and they didn't even look. Right. So it could have been a situation and they didn't even look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, it definitely needs to be overhauled. But I just don't understand how you being the victim turns you into the defendant when it comes to the state of Michigan.
Right. That's what the judge said.
Yeah, I don't
can't even
that.
think of her name right now. And so I said, well, you the one signed the papers, so why is you so against them right now?
Yeah.
Because they made a mistake.
Okay.
See, they made a mistake with my kids. They really did.
Wow.
Because they went to an environment they never had been in. My kids was like...
Your kids had never been in foster care.
Yeah, my kids was like a little princess and a little king.
Okay.
That's the way they was. And they changed. When they came back, I didn't even know who they was.
Now, how long did they have your kids?
They was in from the middle of October 08 to the beginning of February
Okay.
But everything they went through in that short
yeah,
time.
short period of time.
Yes. But I was supposed to get them back on my birthday, which was March 31st.
Okay.
That was the particular day. Long as I done everything I was supposed to do.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm the one that got stabbed. Why am I doing all
The
this?
stuff, exactly. Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense at all.
Yes.
I just want to let you all know that the state of Michigan, because we are in the state of Michigan, they offer services for victims of crime under the Michigan Crimes Victim. Their website is michigancrimesvictim.org, but they offer services such as counseling, legal services, medical services, lost earnings, funeral costs. That was their website. They said they offer funeral costs and other services for victims of as a direct result of a crime. Okay, with that being said, Sonia, you said you received the counseling. How about your medical bills? Who covered your medical bills? Did they just
The state did.
Okay. So emergency housing. You mentioned that they did offer you housing assistance when it came to relocating.
Yes.
Once he got out of jail.
Yes.
So okay.
They
So
moved me out before he got out.
was it like right before or?
It was the I believe he got out the next year.
Okay.
He got out the next year, so they moved me like the year before he got out.
Okay. And I've also heard that when people experience domestic violence crimes, there's some sort of agent or whatever that notifies them if this person is coming up for parole or if this person is scheduled to get out. So
yes,
they
did.
notified you
Yes.
and they said he's getting.
Yes, they did.
So how was that conversation? How was that conversation?
I was like,
No, from.
you should. Okay.
So
go
did
ahead.
they just say, okay, hi, this is Pam from wherever?
Right, the
So-
state of Michigan.
Okay.
Right, the parole. It was the parole person
Okay.
that told me. It's the people who parole them.
I
The
got
board-
you.
The
The
parole,
board.
The parole board.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody from them.
Okay.
Yes.
So the conversation was he's getting out.
Yes.
Did they ask you what you felt about
Right.
that? Or
I went up there. I had a hearing
okay.
for him not to get out, but they still let him out because he done everything right while he was in there. I went
Wow.
up there for every hearing he had.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And you spoke at these hearings, or
Yes,
you
I
just
did. I spoke.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Up in Lansing.
Okay.
Yes.
Lansing at one of the facilities, or at the hearing, like at one of the hearings?
It was a monitor.
Okay.
So it was when he went up for parole. So I got to talk.
So
before
you
they
was like
paroled
on a
him.
Zoom call.
Exactly.
Okay, I got
Basically. Yes.
you. I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Mhm.
Sonya, you're a strong woman, and
Thank you.
yeah, very strong woman. And I want to thank you for being here today. We got a few more minutes left. Is
Okay.
there anything else? I know you got a lot to say. Come on now. What you got to say, baby?
Well, I got to say it's the system is messed up too far as when you tell the state something and they let him out. See, they should have never let him out.
Okay.
And see, he stabbed me 3 weeks later.
So were you telling them,
The
hey, feel
hearing, they had the hearing. This when he went up for parole for running into the car.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
for running into the car.
Okay.
I went there.
Oh.
Yes, I went there for that too.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I went there for that. Yes.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so, anyway, they let him out.
That's something. That's
Let 'em
something.
out.
Even after the first felonious assault, you
Right.
went to the hearing. They
Right.
still let him out.
Yes,
You went to the second hearing after the 8 stabs,
Right.
and they still let him out.
exactly.
What was his initial sentence? That seemed like it was,
He
minimum. What was?
He's supposed to get life.
Okay.
That's what he was supposed to get. But because my babysitter and them, it had to do with my babysitters and them too.
Mm-hmm.
So her twin, the first hearing, they was too high to go in there.
Okay.
So I said, no, y'all just come to the next hearing.
Okay.
So the next hearing, her twin was having a baby. Remember, I told you they was twins.
Okay.
So I understood that. So the prosecutor tried to get them to postpone it because her twin was having a baby, but they wouldn't postpone it.
I got
So
you.
that's when they took with the car plea.
Okay.
And people who was against me, they said I couldn't testify.
So you didn't testify at the
because
second
of my
hearing.
past. because the girls jumped at me back in the day, and I had to come up out of it. So whichever way was necessary.
I got you. I
Yes.
got you.
Yes.
Well, Sonya, that's the end of our time here today, sweetheart. I just want to thank you for coming on today.
Yes.
We are live, WJZZ Cool TV. You're watching In the Know show. Watch us next week here and at 6 o'clock. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That was an awesome show, Sonya.
What's that?
We might still be on.